Welcome to our channel. Today we are going to discuss about eclipse, Grahan. Eclipse. An eclipse is an astronomical event that occurs when an astronomical object or spacecraft is temporarily obscured, by passing into the shadow of another body or by having another body pass between it and the viewer. This alignment of three celestial objects is known as a syzygy. An eclipse is the result of either an occultation, completely hidden, or a transit, partially hidden. Etymology. The term is derived from the ancient Greek noun, eklipsos, which means, the abandonment, the downfall, or, the darkening of a heavenly body, which is derived from the verb, eklipo, which means, to abandon, to darken, or, to cease to exist, a combination of prefix, ek, from preposition, ek, out, and of verb, lipo, to be absent. For any two objects in space, a line can be extended from the first through the second. The latter object will block some amount of light being emitted by the former, creating a region of shadow around the axis of the line. Typically these objects are moving with respect to each other and their surroundings, so the resulting shadow will sweep through a region of space, only passing through any particular location in the region for a fixed interval of time. As viewed from such a location, this shadowing event is known as an eclipse. Typically the cross-section of the objects involved in an astronomical eclipse is roughly disc-shaped. The region of an object's shadow during an eclipse is divided into three parts. The umbra, Latin for shadow, within which the object completely covers the light source. For the sun, this light source is the photosphere. The antumbra, from Latin ante, before, in front of, plus umbra, extending beyond the tip of the umbra, within which the object is completely in front of the light source but too small to completely cover it. The penumbra, from the Latin pine, almost, nearly, plus umbra, within which the object is only partially in front of the light source. A total eclipse occurs when the observer is within the umbra, an annular eclipse when the observer is within the antumbra, and a partial eclipse when the observer is within the penumbra. During a lunar eclipse only the umbra and penumbra are applicable, because the antumbra of the Sun-Earth system lies far beyond the Moon. There are two types of eclipses: solar eclipse and lunar eclipse. Solar eclipse as observed from the Earth. A solar eclipse occurs when the Moon passes in front of the Sun. The type of solar eclipse event depends on the distance of the Moon from the Earth during the event. A total solar eclipse occurs when the Earth intersects the umbra portion of the Moon's shadow. When the umbra does not reach the surface of the Earth, the Sun is only partially occulted, resulting in an annular eclipse. Partial solar eclipses occur when the viewer is inside the penumbra. The eclipse magnitude is the fraction of the Sun's diameter that is covered by the Moon. For a total eclipse, this value is always greater than or equal to 1. In both annular and total eclipses, the eclipse magnitude is the ratio of the angular sizes of the Moon to the Sun. Solar eclipses are relatively brief events that can only be viewed in totality along a relatively narrow track. Under the most favorable circumstances, a total solar eclipse can last for 7 minutes, 31 seconds, and can be viewed along a track that is up to 250 kilometers wide. However, the region where a partial eclipse can be observed is much larger. The Moon's umbra will advance eastward at a rate of 1,700 kilometers per hour, until it no longer intersects the Earth's surface. During a solar eclipse, the Moon can sometimes perfectly cover the Sun because its apparent size is nearly the same as the Sun's when viewed from the Earth. A total solar eclipse is in fact an occultation while an annular solar eclipse is a transit. Lunar eclipse. Lunar eclipses occur when the Moon passes through the Earth's shadow. This happens only during a full moon, when the Moon is on the far side of the Earth from the Sun. Unlike a solar eclipse, an eclipse of the Moon can be observed from nearly an entire hemisphere. For this reason it is much more common to observe a lunar eclipse from a given location. A lunar eclipse lasts longer, taking several hours to complete, with totality itself usually averaging anywhere from about 30 minutes to over an hour. There are three types of lunar eclipses: penumbral, when the Moon crosses only the Earth's penumbra; partial, when the Moon crosses partially into the Earth's umbra; and total, when the Moon crosses entirely into the Earth's umbra. Total lunar eclipses pass through all three phases. Even during a total lunar eclipse, however, the Moon is not completely dark. Sunlight refracted through the Earth's atmosphere enters the umbra and provides a faint illumination. Much as in a sunset, the atmosphere tends to more strongly scatter light with shorter wavelengths, so the illumination of the moon by refracted light has a red hue. Thus the phrase, blood moon, is often found in descriptions of such lunar events as far back as eclipses are recorded. According to Hindu mythology, the origin of eclipses is explained in the Puranic legend of the Samudra Manthana, the churning of the ocean. When the Asura named Swarabhanu attempted to pose as a deva to receive Amritam, the nectar of eternal life, an assistant of Shukra, Venus, Swarvanu was also the teacher of the Asuras. Surya and Chandra, the deities of the sun and the moon, alerted Mohini, the incarnation of Vishnu. Mohini promptly employed her Sudarshana Chakra to behead the Asura, but he had already partaken the nectar, and had become immortal. Swarabhanu's head was exiled to the heavens, and due to the two celestial deities' part in his decapitation, he is said to occasionally swallow them whole for a given period of time, causing the solar and the lunar eclipse. Got it right. Signing off to all.